the basic moderator of this group, the one who started the Creative Classroom group some years ago, to welcome you too in the sixth Creative Classroom group and conference dedicated to climate change and environmental challenges. Irene, the floor is yours.
Hello, hello. I'm sorry for my camera, but the thing is that with this laptop, for some reason, I look huge. I don't know how to do with that. So, as I can see, I cannot be away from the Creative Classroom group, and I'm very happy to be here, and I will try to be most of the day here because I had a look in the program and I saw really interesting presentations. I know that maybe, the situation in most of the countries is not the best right now, and we are all trying our best, and we know that you are trying your best, and I mean, my job working from home is not so difficult. I can still do many things online, but I can understand that for teachers trying to find a platform to invite students, to work with students, to collaborate with the parents, to try with all this mess to work is really hard. And at least from the Central Support Service, we are trying, and we are now in a process that we are trying to implement some things, and you will know more by the end of next week in order to support you in any way we can. But at the same time, we are trying also the things that we could do, we can still do to do it and give a bit of, positive message that yes, we continue, you can continue working and we can continue doing things. So, for example, we announced the e-twinning schools. Do we have people from e-twinning schools here today with us? Let's see. Yes, 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 something. Who of you are in an e-twinning school? Great. We have many people from e-twinning schools here. That's great. So next week we have another online conference, and I expect you to see you there as well. So we are talking about climate change, and we had, as you know, a spring campaign, which of course we had to change it in an online, on-site, the on-site events to online events with all the situation. At the moment, I'm preparing the e-twinning book, and I have to say that we received around 500 projects on 500 projects regarding climate change, environmental challenges. And this year, I think it will be really hard because the book is 60 pages and it's going to have other parts, other things as well. So we will try, and if you are among the ones who proposed your project to be in the book, don't be like sad, oh, it's not there, because we are really trying to have a variety of topics, to have a variety of ages, a variety of countries participating. So it's, quite a big process. But especially today, I have to say I'm looking forward to see what you are doing in your projects and get some ideas because I am also drafting some activities for the book. Um, so I think that regarding climate, you have seen that according to recent research, we are all staying home. So Klima is better now. I don't know if we can celebrate for that. I'm not going to keep you long on longer, I'm really eager to start and see your presentations. I just want to thank you. I'm sure that you're doing a great job. Keep positive. We all hope for the best. We all hope that if we manage, to discipline ourselves, stay home, try our best, things will get better, and at least we may find the opportunity to enjoy summer. So let's have a nice conference today. And thank you all very much. And thank you, Angeliki, for organizing all this big event. And wait, give me a second because Angeliki, I think she lost her connection, so I have to make her host again. So now I think Angeliki can take the lead.
Okay, here I am again. Internet plays a big role these days for all of us teachers everywhere in Europe, because as you know, all of us are trying to teach remotely these days. But anyway, let's focus to our theme today, our climate change and environmental challenges. About 20 of you applied to participate in the Unconference, presenting projects or kind of activities. So 20 of you are selected to present it, and here comes Vicenza Leone from Italy, who is going to present us the topic switching to ecological thinking. Vicenza is a learning innovation teacher and e-twinning ambassador. So the floor, Vicenza, is yours. Let me change your role. Okay. Okay. Of course, you have to enable your microphone and your camera. Okay.
Sharing.
Good morning, everyone from Italy. It's a pleasure to be here with you and to share my experience of last year with my colleague from Poland and Portugal. We created the project Switching to Ecological Thinking. Um, Okay, the project was started in October. It was based, the main idea was creating something to share what was happening in our countries, what was the best practice according to an ecological mind. So the first thing that students did was introduce themselves, sharing their main ideas about ecologies and presenting their schools. And the second step was creating an etiquette, sharing also the idea of what working in a collaborative way means. So respect the others, rules, and so on. Step by step, we reached December, and it was time for thinking about an ecological calendar. So everyone shared something, and we created an ecological calendar. The other thing we did was to create a logo, but the logo was the construction, the one you can see here, was the construction of three logos, one for each country, and then we merged everything in the logo that you can see here. After that, from January, we start to work on a magazine. The magazine was created. We created an editorial board where there was a chief editor. There was one of my students and editors from the three countries. So all the students were in charge of what they were doing, not the teachers. The teachers were only giving suggestions. And what it, yeah, yes.
Wait a minute, because they can say that
Oh,
I
I see.
don't see not.
Okay, they don't see the presentation. I see.
Yes. But we can see the presentation. Maybe some of you can get out of the room and come back again.
Yes, probably is a problem of the connection. Okay, I can continue. Okay. Okay, so what we did was to create an editorial board where the students were in charge of what they were doing, and the teachers were on the side just giving suggestions. And the result was the magazine. Here is the link. I don't know if we can see it. If I can show you at the moment, I no, I can't. Okay, but you can go there later because there is the link. In the magazine, the students prepared articles, collect information about the best practice in the local area, and the result was the magazine. After that, where the students were starting to work closely in smaller groups, and they suggested to create a mixed group of students belonging to the three countries and working on different part of the main topic. We created six groups. One was working on ecological constitution. They decide together which should be the main points of an ecological constitution for Europe. Another group worked on an ecological blog. So they were collected the best articles that were in internet, and they put them in a blog that was shared with the other students. Another group of my students had a very nice idea. They created a game for kids, a goose game, and of course with the other students from the other countries. And then they went to the schools in the local area to play with the children of primary school. And it was very nice because it was in English and it was an opportunity to have peer education. After that, the other two groups were working on interaction with the territory. So there was a group who went to interview ecologists of the territory. They created the questions together with the other students of the other countries, and then they went to interview the people on the area. Then after that, another group went to interview the mayor to see exactly what was happening in our city. And of course, the questions were shared, were decided with the students of the other countries. We upload the interview in the Twin Space, but it was in Italian, and the students had to translate it in English. So it was also an opportunity to work on the two languages. And the last group was the one who created a very, very nice song, Save the Planet, that you can find in the video that we produced at the end of the project. It was nice because they worked on it outside from the school. They recorded it. They recorded it also in the different countries, and then we put everything together in the final video, as I was saying. Okay, the strengths of our project were collaboration of students in international teams, because it was the main purpose, comparing with the others, but also thinking together in an ecological way. The idea of respect the rules, because working in mixed terms made also to have an idea of working together. What does working together means? And the other strength was the interaction with the local community. In fact, this is one of the project where we moved outside the school more than in previous occasion. No? And the dialogue on environmental issues through comparison was the strength of our project. Critical issues, unfortunately, we had a different school calendar. It means that sometimes we were not able to respect the timetable because one of the school was closed or the students had examination and so on. No? And the other problem always because of different organization was having a synchronous event. So we had to struggle to have the same time, the same hour to share everything with the other people. I, in general, it was a very positive one. And the other positive thing is that after that, we are considering now, we are working for an Erasmus Plus project on an environment. So to move from distance collaboration to in presence collaboration. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Vicente Leone. And we go further to Narwas Latmia from Tunisia. She's a Spanish teacher, e-twinning ambassador, mentor for new ambassadors, and she's going to talk to us about climate change surrealist zoo. The floor is yours. Okay. You can open your microphone and your camera.
Okay, thanks. I'm just a moment. I must read my cam. Okay. Oh. Okay, thanks. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, good morning, everyone. Thanks, Angeliki, for all the efforts you are making. Thanks, dear Irene. We really miss you in the group. So also, I would like to thank all the participants and attendees who are here with us in spite of this critical situation due to the coronavirus. But don't worry, we will rot. Okay, so I'm greeting you from Tunisia. I'm Najwa Satnia, teacher of Spanish, a tuning ambassador, and tuning mentor for the new ambassadors in the last year. My presentation today is Climate Change Surrealism. It's an activity as part of the eTwinning Plus project Surrealism. For that, just I would like to give you a brief overview about our project. The topic, just a moment, I will. Okay, so the topic is the surrealism. That we are dealing in a multidisciplinary way. In collaboration, we have done various activities in literacy, scientific, mathematical, plastic arts, and even in music and dance. We are 7 schools from 4 countries, from Spain, Tunisia, Ukraine, and Bulgaria. And we are 8 teachers. Amaya Alonso Cabria, me, Najwa Satnia, Olena Balova, Jose Antonio Sanchez Ojeda, Elena Alamanova, Aurea Garde, Anna Abartuta, and Rogelio Martinez de Loro, who are here following us in this conference. They sent me music in the morning to encourage me. I greet them. So, hola, queridos socios. Sois preciosos y me encanta colaborar con vosotros siempre. Bueno, gracias. Thanks. So, our project is in Spanish and in English. Okay. So, as you see, there are 155 students, partners, large number of participants. But in spite of that, we have well organized the tools and the activities that allow good communication and collaboration between them. Okay, so we move to the activity. Climate change surrealism, though, is one of the important activities of our project. In this activity, we worked in the topic of climate change from an original and surrealist vision. So, as you know, we know all that climate change that the impacts of climate change are very negative in our planet. In this context, our students reflect about the climate change, about how climate change can affect animals and how these animals would be adapted to the five extreme environmental conditions that we propose. Then they collaborate together to create new animals, new species adapted to the climate change. The result of this collaboration is Surrealist Zoo and online guide for this zoo. Okay, I can continue it. It's okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. So just firstly, I would like to explain the work process of our activity. To start, our students formed 5 mixed international groups. Each group, for example, group SU, R, EA, Li, Este, each group, the names of the groups come from the title of our project, Surrealist, and each mixed group worked in one of the extreme environmental conditions. As you see, poles defrost, deserts and high temperature, coastal flooding, continuous fires, etc. Okay, so then for better understanding, we created a presentation, explanatory presentation by Genially. And here we thank the efforts of our partner Amaya, teacher of biology. After that, our students worked in the forums, in 5 forums, 1 forum for each group, in order to communicate, to discuss, to agree the new surrealist animals. And here I confirm that forums are the twin space forums are very, very important, useful for the collaboration and communication between students. Okay. Just okay. After that, the collaboration was through the online tool Google Drawings. So where our students create their animals. So each student adds a part of the animals in the document and explain in the forums its utility, why this animal needs these parts exactly. Then, of course, after we created 12 new surrealist animals, 12 new species, and we need names for these animals, new animals. And for that, for example, the Tunisian students, as well as their partners from Spain, from Ukraine and Bulgaria, they proposed names. And in professional and scientific way, we need this name to be in Latin. And in this stage, our partner Rogelio De Loro, teacher of Latin, and his students helped us with the Latin name. So, as you can see, we have here 12 animals. Penguin cauda, Ursus, Serpentes scorpiones, Camillus equus, Planticus tigris, Aurea, Leonis draconis, Caula berus, etc. So we learn Latin too. Okay. Thank you. Sorry for the attendants who can't see the presentation. Maybe it's a problem of connection or the Adobe. You can enter from the application Adobe Connect directly, not from the browser, please. Maybe. Okay. Okay, here you can see that our students are working together in the project. The motivation of our students helped us so much to achieve our objective in this activity. Exactly. So, the result of our good collaboration are 2 final products. So, online surrealist zoo. That you are all welcome to visit our online zoo. It's free. we use here the tool Art Steps, and we create online surrealist zoo guide, a guide for this zoo to better explain the specific characteristic of the new animals. This explanation was in the forum of the 5 groups. Okay, so here I'm really pleased and glad to present our 12 new surrealist animals. These animals that are adapted to the climate change. As you can see here, there are various new, etc. So we can say that our students are creators, inventors, and maybe we will think to file a patent for this invention to protect the intellectual property. Maybe. What do you think? Okay. And again, here you can see another animals, new animals created by our students. And now we can say that our new adapted animals can survive in this extreme environment condition of climate change that we are living now in the 21st century. And I want to end my presentation with what Charles Darwin said. It's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It's the one that is the most adaptable to change. And I think so. So, thank you. This is Climate Change Surrealist, our activity. That is a part of our project, Etwinning Plus Project Surrealist. I hope that you find it interesting. Thank you for your attention. Gracias. Shukran.
Thank you very much, Nawa. Very interesting ideas, for sure. So let's adapt an animal. Why not? Only in twinning? No, we can do it as by ourselves. So I would like to point out for those one who cannot see anything or cannot hear the presentations, you should try to reconnect again. A lot of us can see and can hear, so it's technical issues from your part. Maybe it is the weak internet connection. We are all trying to teach remotely, search and find resources online. So the internet faces a lot of problems these days. So try to reconnect again. And let's go to the next presenter. It's Thanasia Zafiropoulou, who is an ICT teacher, physics teacher in secondary education in Greece, and she is going to present us her activities. Cultivate Your Future, Mr. Bean and Mrs. Lentil, and their tiny piece celebrate the IP 2016, Bees and the Tree for Europe. Well, let me, okay, Athanasia.
Hello, I am trying to start my camera. Good morning, everyone. I hope you hear me well. Okay. Okay. Good morning to everyone. Thank you, Creative Classroom Group, for this amazing opportunity you offered me to be with you today. My presentation is about the activities, not only planting, that the students in 3 e-twinning projects had and the actions they decided to take to promote a better living, to cultivate, co-create a better future. The educational approach in all the 3 of them was to create a community of inquiry and practice where students had to identify the problem in each case, search for the needed info, track the data they had gathered, collaborate with peers, and share practices, decide common activities, and act in their communities. In the first one, the subject was bees, and the aim was to help bees to survive, as bees are main factors for the biodiversity and sustainability. One of the dangers bees face is from the use of neonics in farming. So in May 2019, the European Union had a crucial vote to ban the 5 more harmful neonics, and students had seminars with experts to realize the problem, and after that they collaborated with NGOs and with their local communities to raise awareness, not only in a theoretical base, but also with planting activities and more creative ideas like creating bees hotels. This project was a short one as an e-twinning project among 2 schools, an Italian one with Maria Pia, who is the next speaker, and a very precious partner, e-twinning partner, and with my school. The second project, with a long title, Mr. Bean, Mrs. Lentil, and the Tiny Peas celebrate the International Year of Pulses 2016, was a project among many active teachers worldwide, not only European winners, but also from Brazil, India, and China, and proved to be a very successful one, as it was awarded 29 European quality labels, and also the first prize in Tunisia, and the first prize in Global Junior Challenge in Rome. The theme of the project was pulses. In all the projects that I present, I have the links to the twin space. They are active links, and all the twin spaces are open. They were open from the very beginning, so you can have a tour in them and see the way they were structured, they had implemented, and also the activities. All the material we have created are presented in the twin spaces, and they are open for you to take them. So why we have decided to work on policies? Because policies play an important role in sustainability. They are a source for a healthy, hunger-free world. They are important component of crop rotations because of the nitrogen they fix in the soil. They require less fertilizers, they feed soil microbes, and they support diversity in soil composition. However, this is not the only attribute of pulses in sustainability. They are also protein source with low footprint in both carbon and water. Especially lentils are one of the foodstuffs that contribute the least emissions, far fewer than turkey, salmon, or other common sources of protein. So the base of our activities in this project was the key messages of United Nations Food Organization, and the axes of our project were on planting, on nutrition, and we had also freestyle activities, and we had disseminated all these messages to our local communities. Starting with planting, which was a very extensive activity during a year. We had planting seeds for a huge variety of pulses, domestic seeds, but also seeds exchanged among partners. Do we have issues with my sound? Okay, thank you. Because I see the chat right now, and I was thinking that I was talking and nobody was listening. Okay, so we have these planting activities all 1 year, and we had planted huge varieties of pulses. The seeds were domestic, but we have also exchanged seeds, and these were via mail. And we had a huge fun with the exchanges because they were in many phases, and we had called this activity Beans Market. Students had used diaries. You can see the diary on the screen. Every student had its own diary, and they tracked the growth of the beans. And for the common varieties, we have created finally collective diaries in 9 ebooks, and also a publication with a photo book about the 38 schools that had the planting activities. You can download also this diary for the pulses from the TwinSpace. It is open as a PDF. In this activity about nutrition, we had created card games. These cards were designed especially for the project. We had the two-phase game. In the first phase, students had to identify the foods and separate them in the basic categories, and then to create healthy menus and fill this plate that you see in the image. They had also created recipes. They had cooked, and they shared the recipes in a clean space, and all were gathered in a publication. We had a cooking book as a collaborative production. Freestyle activities were of a huge variety, like art. You can see some art creations that were sent to my school from our partners in Croatia. Or in the second photo, you can see mosaic and a collage that was created by a kindergarten. A very important attribute of this project was that we had students, classes from kindergarten to secondary education, Lyceum, students ages from 5 to 17. We have worked in pulses, in pop culture traditions. So we have, yes?
Yeah. Can I interrupt you? Please fix your camera because we cannot see your face.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay, better now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We had worked on proverbs, and we had a book with proverbs, and also 2 collaborated stories. The project was in English and in French, so we had 2 stories, one English and one for the Francophones. And there is so many activities live events, like the one of creating acoustics among the Francophones, and of course celebrating Christmas and New Year's with carols that were inspired by beans, like this one. You see the verses on the screen. The third project is a very short one. The duration actually in a week. Last year that we had contributed in a call of the organization A Tree for Europe, and the idea was at every school to plant a tree in the schoolyard. and take photos and add them in the twin space. So my students have, in this way, we would celebrate Europe's Day in May. The students have, from my school, have decided to plant a lemon tree. We have contributed to this project in the frame of Open Schools for Open Societies European project. Also, these were in this frame, and we have used Twin Space for collaboration, for the collaboration. In this project, the idea was for the students to realize that only if we act as individuals has a huge impact for the environment, because only a tree, maybe it is not that huge contribution, but if all of us plant a tree, then it is a serious activity, and it is fruitful for a huge for the whole of us, for the whole community. My students had also write this manifesto. We usually write down ideas after the project to realize what is the added value. And the students' message was that all of us are branches of the same tree. We share the same story. We share the responsibility of cultivating life, and have the joy of the products of these activities. So we all have to contribute for a sustainability in our environment, and most of us, what we usually do is to think and act locally, but we think for the problems in our environment. We act for our societies locally, but this actually has a contribution for the whole community. This has an impact globally, and vice versa. What happens worldwide affects our communities too. In this slide, we miss the word global. I don't know why it doesn't appear here. But what I need to say, closing this presentation, is that we people have the power to make our future better, to collaborate, and realize that we are a tiny part of a huge puzzle, and to have a successful puzzle, a beautiful puzzle, we have to take care of our pieces, to act, to make our piece nice, a nice one. Thank you very much for this meeting, and thank you for your patience and for letting me be with you today.
Thank you, Athanasia. Really interesting all this that you presented to us. The word global, it's missing because it has some kind of emotion, maybe. So let's stop sharing this and go to the next document. Today we had several problems of uploading these presentations. We are going to listen now. Maria Pia Borgesan from Italy. It's a scientist and e-twinning ambassador, maths and science teacher, lower secondary school, and she is going to present to us the project I'm in Love with the Green Earth. It is a project that got one of the e-twinning prizes this year, 2020. So, Maria Pia, the floor is yours. Okay, let me make you a presenter to give you the rights, and you can activate your microphone and your camera.
Okay.
I think it's okay now. Can you hear me? Okay. So I'm going to present our project. I want to thank, before of all, my co-founders in MenTAC that was really very important for this project. And it is not easy to summarize our long project. It takes all the whole school year to do it, so it is difficult to present this project only in a few minutes, but I will try. So, other countries involved were Croatia, Tunisia, and Romania, and Italy. The project involved about 21 teachers and 325 students. The project overview was about the nature. Nature is our treasure. Sorry, I need a moment to fix the desktop because I can see my presentation well. Okay, nature is our treasure. So all the activities we did last year were to raise awareness about this treasure, to involve our students in a lot of collaborative activities in order to raise awareness about the importance of the environment, and also to let them understand that if the environment is better, is greener, we can feel happy, we can live in a different way, we can stay and live better. So I want to underline some aspects of our project. There are 6 aspects: the message of the earth, the participation in international events, the collaborative events, the international teams of students, the SDGs related to our project, and the communication between all the partners. You can see now the first of this part. Earth is our home, so we make a commitment to our environment. Every student and every teacher make this. You can see this commitment in the left of the poster of the slide. For example, this is the commitment of our colleagues Toti Munir. I am Toti Munir, a partner in I'm in Love with the Green Earth project from Tunisia. I am committed to protecting the environment and to do my best to save the earth with my pupils. Every student has this commitment. Also, we celebrate three days, but not also a celebration. We plant the trees in the school garden. In my school, we have a big collaboration from the municipality who was involved in this project and bought the trees and collaborated with us planting these trees. We also realized a poster to raise awareness, and we prepared exhibition inside and also outside our school, because one of the most important aspects of this project is that we try to express our message not only inside the school and inside partner of the project, but also in our village, in our local community, to raise awareness outside the school, to involve parents, community, and so on in this important topic. We also participated in several international events. For example, we participated in Europe Code Week and Africa Code Week. We use, for example, Scratch to express messages and quotes about the project. We use also pixel arts and so on with our teams. So the students have to reflect about climate change, environment, and so on.
Students were between 11 to 14 years old. We participate also in World Bee Day in May. We participate in Safer Internet Day, Earth Day, and the Twinning Day. And we were inspired by the democratic participation Twinning Year to prepare an activity for our students. We also participate in the climate strike, and we do not miss school. We stay at school with our students, but we prepare a moment during the day, the school day. We have all the students in the school garden with this poster, as you can see, and we ask to our major to use more sustainable dishes in not plastic dishes in the school canteen. And also we have a lot of collaborative events. For example, we collaborated to choosing a logo. We have a practical activity in our school garden. You can see that students have to decorate the school garden, to plant flowers or trees or someone else, and we also exchange plants between school. We prepare anti-pollution campaign. Even in this case, we prepare this campaign and we perform this campaign outside the school. For example, we have an exhibition in the town hall. Other schools have created video, shared them in local radio and so on. And we also, of course, participated in international team produce materials. Students were divided into 5 international teams. One team was about pollution types and solution, another about plastic pollution, another air pollution, land pollution, and water pollution. Every team creates a collaborative final work, for example, maybe a video, a collaborative video, a collaborative song, or a collaborative poster. We take also into consideration SDGs, especially SDGs 6, clean water and sanitation, 7, affordable and clean energy, 13, climate action, 14, life below water, and 15, life on land. For example, we create, you can see T-shirt with the logo of the SDGs. We create a poster, and in my school we create a final school year presentation in the evening for the parents, and we present every SDGs. And also communication between all partners. We have a live meeting between teachers and also between students. We create and received handmade cards related with the topics, so we exchange cards with quotes about trees, about SDGs, and so on. We create also online cards using coding. We have forums. We have also a Facebook closed group for teachers, and we exchange lots and lots of messages every day. The collaboration between teachers was very, very frequent. We became also friends, and we continue with this friendship even when the project was finished. And also the dissemination was really important. We use several ways to disseminate the project. For example, radio, social media, school website, conferences, seminars, newsletters, community, and dissemination events. Lot of materials for this. You can try to see better if you go to the Twinspace of this project. Here you can see an example. This project was presented to the Unconference last year and was also illustrated in the twinning newsletter in July. And final products. We have a lot of final products. For example, we have collaborative videos, we have a collaborative song, we have collaborative presentation, poster, brochures, and at the end we have an ebook that resumes all the project activities. There are also a lot. I would like to thank you for your attention. As Angeliki explained before, we have been awarded by the Twinning Prize winner. I'd like to thank all my partners. I was lucky because we have the opportunity to work with really great partners. And thank you for your attention and for the possibility to describe our project. Hello, all the best to you.
Thank you very much, Maria Pia, and congratulations to you and all your partners, not only for the prize, but the great project that you did. So next we are...
Thank you very much.
Next presenter is Snezana Kovacevic from Croatia. She is a school librarian, and she is going to present her eco spelling book. And I think it's Snezana number 2 or Snezana Maric, because I have another surname here. Okay. So the right is yours. The floor is yours now. You have the rights of the presenter, Snezana. You can activate your camera and your microphone and start presenting your activity.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes, great. So I will start. I want to thank Angeliki and all others who were doing the program for today's conference. I want to present my eco spelling book. This is was a project from our school. It was ecological, educational, and creative project. So let me just... So this was a project from the National Program for Education for Human Rights and Democratic Citizenship. It's a national project. You can't see me? Can you see me now? Yes. And hear me? Yes. Okay, so this is a national project in our country, and we applied eco spelling book for that program. Since we are international eco school and ecology is important for topic for us as teachers and pupils, we came up with an idea to create eco spelling book, which is trilingual, because pupils in our school learn, of course, Croatian as their mother tongue, but also English and German. So we worked with pupils, and together we came up with ecological sayings for each letter of Croatian alphabet, and that was translated to German and English. Also, primary school Vatra Bistrica is e-twinning school and also as international eco school. So we wanted to connect those two areas and start a new project. The project aims were adopting initial reading and writing, since that was the first main idea, because I work in school library and this is what I do. It's a description of my work. So I wanted to motivate pupils to read and to develop reading skills with some topics that are connected with their real life, so ecology. They from kindergarten they learn about ecology, and that was a good start for this project. Of course, to develop environmental awareness, basic life competencies. We want kids to develop their creativity and creative thinking through that project, and teach them how to communicate with in their mother tongue, of course, and in foreign languages they learn in school. We started that project in first grade, so they just started to learn letters and alphabet, and it had to be something simple. It lasted 2 years. This year we finish it, so now they go to third grade, and they can now see the results of their work. Also, they were developing oral and written expression and applying the observed to the artwork, which was important. They expressed themselves by drawings and sketching and painting. Of course, they learn how to develop critical thinking about nature, ecology, and other similar topics. And they worked in teams and collaborate to each other, which was something new for them in first grade. Okay. The project had cross-curricular linking, and it was integrated in every subject in school. So in school library, they came with their teachers, and they used different sources to learn about ecology, like children magazines, some encyclopedias, online sources, and similar things. They learned Croatian language, English language, German language, of course. As I mentioned before, in art, this project was integrated also in their art subject, and in sustainable development, also human rights, democracy, children's rights, and documents like that. So in first grade, pupils were acquainted with some Croatian laws, like Croatian constitution, Convention on the Rights of the Child regarding free life, their decisions, fresh air, and something like that, Declaration of Human Rights, Law on Environmental Protection, and similar things. And today they used to come to library, where they can find different sources, and they learn better on that way. So what is the sustainability of the project? Today we have 2 Erasmus Plus projects in our school. So we integrated eco spelling book in those 2 Erasmus Plus projects. It's a part of them. We continue to provide activities, local activities, and of course now in European area. So through eTwinning project also. Eco spelling book is also online on issues, so it is shared and disseminated through that platform. As I mentioned, Erasmus Plus projects, this is School Permaculture Garden and Learning Outside Vivid Exploration, which is connected to Eco Spelling Book, and we use it for some activities, especially for kids of lower grades, because it looks like a picture book and it is easy to read. So we can use it with kids from 7 to 10 years, but of course in upper grades also. Also, we have school traditional garden project and outdoor classroom project, so it is used there also. And in November 2019, we made a book. So Slovarica is a book. It's a spelling. It's a book. So we promoted it and on local, and everybody knows about our. This is a good result of our project. Maybe it would be good that I read to you some sayings. Like for P, we wrote posadi stablo, that means plant a tree, or on German pflanze einen Baum. For T, pupils wrote televizor ima nije mjesto u šumi, like TVs don't belong in the forests, or Fernseher gehören nicht in den Wald. And for I, they said, I ja sam ekolog, I am also an ecologist, ich bin auch ein Ökologe. So we need to keep that sayings in mind in order to make our planet better and to save it. Thank you, and I greet you. Bye.
Thank you very much, Snezana. It is really very interesting for all of us to be inspired by your activities as a librarian. Even though we are only teachers, we can do a lot of activities that you did with your students. And let's go to the Let's Make an E-Twinning Forest project, which will be presented by Cristina Mato from Spain. Cristina, the floor is yours, and I will make you a presenter to activate your microphone and your camera as well.
Yeah. Hello?
Okay, yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Give me a second to...
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So good morning, everyone, and really glad to take part in this Unconference. So I would like to present Let's Make an E-Twinning Forest, which is more like an open call to all the e-twinning schools, really, because it's running, it's open, everybody can join in, and the idea is to make a forest, an e-twinning forest. So if you see, this is as today. So all those dots on the maps, those are schools.
Cristina,
Yes?
Cristina, sorry for interrupting you. Can you activate your camera, please?
Oh, it is. Okay.
Start sharing. Start sharing your camera. It would be better.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, now?
Okay, perfect now. Thank you.
So, so the idea is to make a huge e-twinning forest. So every school in the likes to. The idea is that for the school to choose an e-twinning tree in their schoolyard. Okay, and if you see the map, we have as today we have 239 schools that are participating in this initiative. Okay. So the idea started right before the World Climate Summit that took place in December in Madrid, and we felt the need to take a stand and to do something to promote and fight for against climate change. The origin was actually an e-twinning project that I was working on this year with Lithuanian, Turkish, Italian, and Croatian partner. The project is called e-twinning tree, and the beginning of the project was just that, was to choose an e-twinning tree in our schoolyard. And so I thought that maybe we could expand the idea, and we can try to convince as many schools as possible to do that. So that was quite simple. We started a website. You can see there. And it's a very simple idea. It's not complicated at all. So the school that wants to join needs to choose a tree in the schoolyard and name it the twinning tree of the school. Then fill a form with all the information, with the name of the school, the town and city and the country, so I can, upload all that information to the map. And then upload a photo of the tree in a Padlet. Okay, so those are the 3 simple steps. On the website, well, you have like a form, okay, just to get all your data. There's also some logo available, so you can print the logo and you can, post it on your website, on your school website. You can make some notice to put on the tree, whatever you need, just to give more dissemination and so get people to know this. And the third part is just the Padlet where you can upload the photo of the tree and you give your information about your school and your country, and you can write something about what type of tree it is or what tree means to you. And yeah, it's it's a pity now with this COVID-19 we kind of stop, everything stops, so obviously the project or this open call really has, I'm really glad about the response of everybody, really. So I'm very active on Twitter, and I keep on posting, news about how this project is developing. And the idea is to get as many twinning trees as possible to make the forest bigger and bigger. So I really, I would like to invite you to participate. I mean, it's just not, and the idea originally was to get as many trees as possible before twinning day. I thought that would be, like a good statement from twinning to the world, and like a compromise from a lot of schools. So I realized that now schools are closed everywhere mostly, but still, if you are in touch with your students or your colleagues on internet, which I'm sure you are, so maybe you can participate and join in. We have a hashtag, so if you are active on social networks, please try to promote this idea as much as possible. And I think it would be like
Thank you very much, Christina, and congratulations for your initiative. But let's make
to have so many
a
people
big break
sharing
here
the same
to
idea,
all of you who have questions
try
to
to
the
make that
participants.
map,
Are there any questions that you would like to ask
try
to
to make
the
that
previous
map
presenters? To
as
Christina or to
big as possible, with a lot
Vicenza,
of dots
Naua,
eventually.
Athanasia, Maria Pia,
Okay.
and Snezana?
So
Are there any
that's just the
questions
thing. As
or
I say, it's open. It's going to last
proposals maybe
as
for
long as we
another
want,
initiative?
really. So join in. Thank you.
Of course, as you can read, Christina and all the others, Vicenza, Naua, Athanasia, and Maria Pia, and Snezana, of course, you have a lot of great comments in the chat box. All of the participants admire your work, and the projects are great. Yes, of course, the projects are great. So there is a question to Naua from Irene. Naua, just a minute to open your microphone. Okay. You can activate your microphone and answer to Irene's question. She's asking that you say to your kids that we need to adapt to the climate change.
Okay, so I have a question from Irene.
Yes.
They need to adapt to climate change or not. So, but we propose here our activity is about animals, but when we talk about humans, we need here the adaptation can be different. So, how we can adapt to climate change? We can adapt. We can find solutions. We can create another way to can survive in this climate change. So the adaptation is different between when we talk about animals, when we talk about nature, and when we talk about humans. So the adaptation here, what I say, not to adapt to climate change about humans, but that we can adapt through find solutions, through create ways to can survive in this climate change. Yes?
Okay, thank you very much.
This is my idea.
Chanturia Tiala, I will enable your microphone to make your question. Give me a second, please. Okay. Okay. Hello. You can activate your microphone as well. Meanwhile, I would like to give an answer to Snezana Maric, who is asking about how you can apply for the next Unconference. Next Unconference will be 2021, next year, next March, probably. And there will be an announcement in the Creative Classroom group. If you are not a member, you have to be a member. And you will see all the newsletters. So, Tiala, your microphone is open. Maybe you can write it in the chat box. Okay. Thank you very much, Nawa. Thank you very much, Christina. And if there is not any other question, we can go to the next presenter, who is Matanat Ahanova from Azerbaijan. She is an English teacher and a Twinning ambassador, and she is going to present us the meeting Cultural Heritage and Climate Change, Samani. Matanat, you can activate your microphone, and I will make you a presenter. Okay, you can open your camera as well and start sharing it. Matanat, can you hear us? Okay.
Yeah, I hear.
Okay, thank you. You can start sharing your camera.
Okay. It's
no, please.
First slide. First slide. First slide.
Yes. This is the first slide. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, dear Twinners. I'd like to present our project to you, to encourage you to create new projects, to join projects, and to work with your new intuition and enthusiasm despite our boundaries, illnesses, and other challenges we face now. I'm Matanat Ahadova from Azerbaijan, an ambassador from Azerbaijan, and teacher from Baku, Europe. Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting you. Open your camera, activate it, and start sharing it because we cannot see your face.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm an ambassador from Azerbaijan. Had been involved for 7 years in e-twinning since 2013, and got many quality labels and prizes. So about our project, its title is Samani, and we started it in February 2020. And Samani means, it has two meanings. First is, it is traditional Azerbaijani plant grown in spring as a symbol of nature and spring. And second, it's an acronym from the words science, art, math, astronomy, nature, and ICT. About the project is based on joining two topics of e-twinning, cultural heritage and climate change. Addressing to environmental issues and climate change, and encouraging the students to find the ways and solutions. And in parallel, the students grow samani. It is such sprouts of wheat, and they compare its growing in different countries and climate zones and in different temperatures. Aims of the project is to integrate the aims are to integrate into the curriculum and learn the growing of the plants, to develop foreign language skills, to increase science skills and STEAM, integrating them into the subjects, to develop ICT skills, and then to collaborate and communicate while growing samani, to integrate into the different countries' culture, and to research climate changing in every country. Next, what we have done during these 2 months. I should say that the project is going on now. We haven't completed it yet. The founders are from Azerbaijan and Turkey, Sevgi Seçgül and me. The partners are from Azerbaijan, Turkey, Georgia, Estonia, Ukraine, Moldova Republic, Tunisia, Poland, Greece, North Macedonia, and Cyprus. In February, the students introduced themselves, their countries and schools. They had such a logo contest, and they have chosen a symbol of the project, the logo of the project. They made a research on the climate change and shared their presentations. And third, presented their climate zones, exploring different tools. We introduce the students and the partners the link from the site Climate Zones, and they explored the site, that website, and made a presentation in different tools. In March, the students grow samani as a symbol of nature, friendship, health, and wealth. They researched and compared growing the plants in different country zones, in different weather, exploring climate change and ecological problems. And then they observed the growing samani and filled in the chart using the template we introduced them. I'd like to show you some samanis from different countries, from Estonia, Moldova, Turkey, Georgia, then Azerbaijan, the students grow them. They are sprouts of wheat on the same day, on the same date, on the 1st of March. We started to grow so many. Each country and pupil filled in a timetable on temperature, climate characteristics, and seed size. They had got such a chart where they filled their results day by day. And I should say that the project is going on, and we are going to compare all the researches using the charts. We will make a sharing resource on Google Slide, and the students will compare last year's and nowadays some dates, and we will create such activity. Climate is changing, prove it, and students will work in groups, and they have to prove their that the climate is changing, and they search the web and collect all the results from there related to the country's temperatures since 1990 and 2016. The link of the site is Climate Knowledge Portal, where it will be helpful for the students and the partners to make exploration and research, and then they have to calculate the average temperature for each year and create a table of 2 columns, year and temperature. And then they will celebrate the Earth Day on the 22nd of April. It's another activity for the students. And in May, we will create an ebook adding their ideas and solutions of climate change. We will create a website of project. We will start such website, and we will have a farewell party, also evaluation of the project. Thank you. What can we recommend you? If you want to create a project that you'd like to join 2 topics of e-twinning, we would like to recommend you to choose, you should choose a tradition or custom you'd like to introduce in your country. Or it can be a common tradition or custom for every of the partners of that joined your project. Second, you find out the joining points with the idea and the climate change. And then create activities and events where these ideas meet. That's our recommendations. Thank you very much. Hope everything will be good for everyone. Wish you health and to be safe. Thanks for attention. Angelica.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I am here. Yes, I am here. I thank you. I thank you very much, and congratulations for your work. Internet connection. It's not only for you, it's for me as well. Thank you, Matanat. And let's go further to Ioanna Giannopoulou. She's from Greece. She's an English teacher. She will present us the project Save Europe, Save the Earth. Ioanna, I made you a presenter. You can start sharing your screen, your camera, sorry, your camera and your microphone. Activate. And I will close this presentation and open the other one document. Okay.
I think that my microphone and camera are shared now. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but we cannot see you.
You cannot
activate your camera. Start sharing as well. Okay. Yes, perfect. We can see you now.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Thank you, Angeliki, for inviting me here to talk to you about my project. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all well, because the situation everywhere is very difficult. Everyone is restricted at home. And of course, all projects are stuck or maybe working through video conferences if the teachers have the opportunity to do it. So my project has a title of Save Europe, Save the Earth. It's my sixth project, as I'm an e-twinner since 2015. And it's the second time my school wins e-twinning school label. And this year, after having attended a seminar of European about culture, I thought about doing something that would be connected in culture. And my Spanish partner, who is a friend of mine as well, proposed me to combine it with nature. So we focused on natural environment and natural landscapes and the places that need to be preserved. Okay, there are 7 schools that are participating in the project. From Greece, which is the founder of the project, and Spain, the co-founder. The other countries are from Italy, Cyprus, Turkey, Romania, and Bulgaria. And we are 8 teachers. Which means that from Greece that we are two teachers with 3 groups, 3 classes participating in the project. The students are aged 11, 12, and 13 years old from primary school, apart from Italy, where the students are the first grade of secondary school. The only problem in our situation is that one of the partner countries, the students are quite young. They are 3rd graders, which means that they cannot participate in all activities, as the language level and the topics that we have to discuss cannot be done by them. So the first part of the project has to do with introducing ourselves and our schools, with something very important for all my projects. We start with a warm-up activity, which is done through a video with a video camera. The students prepare a presentation of themselves. And for this reason, I always give them a handout. You can see this link later on, with vocabulary and a model that they can follow if they want. And in all video presentations, students have to prepare a mask to wear, because in Greece we have very strict rules about presenting children on the internet. And it's about their protection. So if you watch the video later on, you will see that all students wear either sunglasses, or they have made masks, or wear Halloween and carnival masks. And they're talking about themselves, their families, things they like about school, and in general things that they like or dislike. And the second warm-up task is talking about our schools, so that we can share how our schools around Europe can be different. And again, I share a Google Doc with them, where they can upload pictures that they take around the school, because they divide themselves in groups of 3 to 5 children. And they decide on a class that they want to describe. So they make pictures, upload the pictures on the Google Doc, and write a short description of them. And then when they have all finished, I turn them on a Flipsnack ebook. Now, after that, we have the main theme of the project, which is the ecosystems and the animals. The first thing done here was that we had a class discussion and explained that all around the world there are 6 ecosystems, which means that we have the marine, the freshwater, forestal, artificial, desert, and tundra ecosystem. And we had to explore their major characteristics, the climate that we can find there, and the flora and fauna, and in general all the living organisms that exist there. So that was the reason. The reason what we did that was that the students had to get acquainted with this topic, as they don't do it at school. Then the children had to decide on a certain animal living in one of these ecosystems, find a photo of it, and also make a nice drawing of it, make a search on the internet. And they had to upload these photos and the description that they wrote on a Padlet that we had on TwinSpace. The reason we chose a Padlet was that Padlet gives you the opportunity to make comments. So after working on national groups, then we had to work on international groups, which means that students from the other countries could intervene, and if they knew something more about one of these animals, they could add information on the comment. So we had a more thorough view of each animal. And at the end of it, I collected all the common books that we had for each ecosystem, and I presented it in small. And here you can find all common books together. The next part of the project was to make our logo. To do that, we used an application called Tricider, if I pronounce it well, which gives you the chance to vote. The idea was that the students had to find information on the internet first and get to know in their country how many places are protected by Natura and WWF or needed to be preserved by some organization like the ones mentioned. So after deciding on one of these places of their country, they had to find a nice picture of it. They worked in groups, so they had 4 or 5 pictures in each group, which they made a collage of them with Be Funky application. They uploaded their collage on Tricider. They wrote the description there. And then, when all groups from all countries were ready, they started voting for the best natural monument and landscape. This application is very nice because you have also the opportunity of not only voting, but also giving the advantages, giving the reason why you voted for a certain logo. And on the next slide, you can see all the logos that were made from all the participating countries. And February is always devoted to e-safety in our school. We find it a very crucial issue to discuss, and this is done by all teachers, not only, of course, in English. This is just a very small part done in our classes, in English classes. So this year I thought that it would be good to talk about cyberbullying, social media, sharing personal details, since GDPR was one of the main topics at the beginning of school year. Sharing personal information and online games, and also fake news. And again, students worked in small groups. They had the opportunity to make either PowerPoints, to make drawings on posters, and a couple of groups had the idea of making a short video, which one of these is I think it's very nice. It's about cyberbullying. You can use the password here if you want to watch the video later. The scenario of the video and all the ideas were discussed in class, and the video of the children was made part of it at school, outside school, and part of it in one of the students' houses. So here you can see some of the one slide about cyberbullying. They thought of a situation about a kid coming from another country, and it's not the other students don't want him, and try to kick him out of the other group, and how he should how should he behave, what should he do to help himself not to be bullied. Again, here we have other slides from other groups about social media and how to behave in chat rooms. And then we moved on to the ecosystems and their problems, which unfortunately that was the point where we had to stop, because schools in Greece closed due to the virus. That was the idea, was to talk about the problems that each ecosystem encounters. For this reason, we had the class discussion and talked about the major problems that we can think of in every ecosystem. And then we made 3 afternoon chats using the online events that we have on TwinSpace. And the children met under the supervision of one teacher each time. And we were talking about, each time we're talking about 2 ecosystems, so that all children would have an idea of the problems that all ecosystems face. And after that, we had classwork, again in groups. Again, the students were divided in groups and had to discuss about one problem of one ecosystem. And what I thought of was to present the problem in a comic-like a comic-like drawing. For example, I had one group that was talking about the freshwater environment ecosystem, and they were showing a river in the flow of which there were a lot of rubbish, plastic, and also fish complaining about their natural environment. there were bubbles from the river being said about how people turn it to. And a little boy standing nearby with a bubble saying, oh my, what seems to be the problem? Why are we doing so much fuss about it? So what? A little bit rubbish all around. Just to explain that we need to do something about it. We need to change our environmental awareness, not only in the children, but also in the grown-ups. I haven't added in my slides what will supposed to be next in the project. And I don't know, Angeliki, if you want me to give just the topics.
Let's keep it for the end because we have two other presenters until the break for the lunch, and we will have time later on. Okay, after lunch we will have time to present anything that it is left for later. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
because
thank
we
you
have
very much
Marina.
for your attention.
Okay, thank you. Marina Screpanti from Italy, an English and Italian ICT teacher and Italian e-twinning ambassador, is going to talk to us about another collaborative project, ESBF Earth fried pan. Marina, you can activate your camera and your microphone. Okay, here we are. Again, technical issues again. Wait a minute. Irene, is it possible for you to change the role of Marina because it is impossible for me?
Yeah, give me a second.
Thank you.
I'm just looking for her. So Marina.
Marina Screpanti.
Yeah. I know Marina. So, Marina, you're a presenter now.
Okay, Marina, you can activate your camera and your microphone.
I don't know, it's very weird because I'm trying. I put here like presenter and it doesn't work. I don't know why. It says Marina has joined via HTML client request sent to participants. Marina, can you write? I really don't know why I cannot do it.
Yes, I face the same problem, Irene.
Request sent to participant to join from Adopt Connect application. I think Marina is using the application. I don't know if this is the reason. And Marina, you have to accept something when I invite you to. And now.
She's not in the meeting for the moment. Okay. We can go to the next presenter, who is Sakine Ruzgar, until Marina reconnect again. Sakine is with us for the moment. Sakine faces the same problem. I cannot make her a presenter. Go to the next.
Okay, in that case, you can just activate the microphone and see if this is working, and then microphone and camera, and then you can change the slides instead of them. Try this.
Okay. Sakine, I opened your microphone. This is your presentation.
but I cannot see her.
Marina is here.
Okay.
Marina,
Open
open
your
your microphone.
Here it is. Insert your camera.
Sakina actually is here.
Okay. Sakine, could you please wait for Marina because she's in the presenting mode now.
Hello, good morning. I have some problems.
Marina, start sharing your camera, please.
Yes. Oh, hello. It was very difficult. I had some problems. Very sorry for that. Okay, can I start? Can you hear me? Yes, okay. The project I'm going to present to you is ESBF. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Marina Screpanti from Italy, and I've been a partner of Angeliki for 3 years. So I'm going to run this project together with Angeliki. The project is about climate change, obviously, and ESBF is an acronym of Earth should not be a frying pan. So this project started with some climate parades and with some sit-in, and it has many objectives. So the first one is raising awareness towards environmental problems, obviously, first of all, in our students and then in their families and to the community. And then helping our students taking personal, concrete initiatives to change their behaviors. Then to let our students sensitize people towards the environmental problems, and to inform other people and the community with the creation of TV shows. So it is a complex project. The age of our students is from 10 to 12. They are good e-twinners because they started, I think, when they were 6 years old, so they are quite experienced. So everything, as I told before, started with sit-in and climate change parades during the climate action weeks. So they used the character of Greta Thunberg for many activities, because Greta helped us work together in other subjects, school subjects. So we did many activities with Greta, also maths and Italians, grammar, Greek, etc. The students at this kind of parade just to reflect about the problems we have in our world. And then the reflection was bigger. So they started reflecting, and everything is collaborative in this project. So we did, and we are still doing activities in a collaborative way. So they started reflecting about the global warming, and as you can see in the map, they wrote what is climate change for them, what is global warming for them, what they already know about that. Obviously, we help them know more about that. Then we started other activities, for example, the collaborative logo, and it was a good way to start, because as you can see, this is a frying pan, and inside the pan there is our planet. So the Greeks started drawing the logo. They uploaded the logo and the drawing in the twin space, and then you can see here some pictures of children drawing. And then we Italians downloaded, printed, and then we continued coloring it or adding some elements. As my students prepared many logos, we wanted our Greek partners to choose the best one. So we realized a three-sider, it was not a three-sider, sorry, it was a poll to let them choose the best one. And the one you can see in the right corner is the winning logo. Then, as I told you before, 3 TV shows have been planned. The TV shows were one at the beginning of the year, the other one just in February. So we just realized it before the closing of the schools, and then we have another TV show which is supposed to be at the end of the project. I said to you it's supposed to be, but we are still working in the project because, as I told you before, our students are quite experienced, so they can access to the twin space, and at the moment we are contacting them to let them keep on working in the project. So the idea is to continue online, both with the TV show and with the other activities. Regarding the TV show, the first one was a TV show where students interviewed many people about environmental problems. I mean, they asked, what do you think about climate change? What do you think is your behavior about? What can you change to help the planet? And then they talked about, like real journalists, they talked about the sit-in and the parades that took place both in Italy and in Greece. The second TV show is about the initiatives, but I have to talk to you about the other activities we had, because we created international thematic themes. The thematic themes have the name of, for example, waste, light energy, water, plastic and paper, environmental care. These names can let you understand what is the objective of the international team. In fact, the international team had to discuss in the forum about the group personal initiatives to change the behaviors of the people to save the planet regarding their topic. For example, the waste team, international team, discussed about what they could do to let people better their behavior about wasting. The same for the light energy, the water, etc., etc. So the international team students discussed in the forum about a product to sensitize people. For example, they decided to prepare brochure, flyers, posters, podcasts, everything, many products using some web tools. At the moment, and we can do it because we are working online, both me and Angeliki, we are teaching our students how to use some web tools, for example, like Canva, or like, I don't know, Google Docs, to let them work in a collaborative way. So the next step, this is the forum where they took initiative. These are the ones you can see here are the international groups, so the names of the students. And in each group you can see some Greek students and some Italians. And then this is a slide of the forum discussions they had. And then, so at the moment we are going to teach these tools. As you can see, the plastic and paper team decided for Canva, so a poster with Canva. A water team decided to do a product with the poster my wall. The light energy with SoundCloud, the waste team with Genially, and the light energy with Google Drive and Google Docs, because it is a collaborative writing. So at the moment, as I told you before, we are teaching them how to use these products, but I think in April they will create together from home, obviously, the products. So there will be about 8 and 9 students that will create the same products from Greece and from Italy. It is a great challenge. Then what else? So the second TV show was about saying to people, like in a real TV show, what the international teams planned, what they decided after the discussion, and after a video conference, because we had also had a video conference, and to spread the voice about their concrete initiatives. In fact, they had great ideas about the personal contribution of themselves and other people. Okay, so as I told you before, we are working online, yes, and it's important because at the moment I'm working very hard, and I have a class with 25 students, and there are 25 students are working, so I have the complete class working online. What else? Okay, so there are many other activities, obviously, that we have in our project. The one I want to talk to you about is a debate, because we had a lot of debates about environmental issues. So I think it's enough for now. If you have any questions, you can ask. But okay, Angeliki, what do you think?
Yes, Marina. As far as I can see in the chat box, there are a lot of questions like how did the students manage to do with the green screen? Maybe you can share some details.
Ah, yes, I can. Actually, it was Angeliki that taught to me how to do that. Okay, I used, I have a Mac, so I use a tool which is in the Mac. But I think, Angeliki, maybe you can remind me the name of the tool you are using.
Yes, as far as I don't have a Mac, but there are many other ways to do the green screen. So we recorded our students with a simple camera, and then we prepared a background like TV news, and I used from my side, I used the Filmora, which gives the opportunity to make the green screen technique.
Yes, and then doing it with iMovie. iMovie is quite simple, so you can change. The important thing is that you record your students, or they record themselves, so with a green screen in the background, and then you can change and use the background you prefer. We created one common background that it's like a studio for TV shows, and it's very nice because if you see them, maybe I don't know if we can share them in another moment, but if you see them, it seems really a program, a real TV show program. Yes, it's a fantastic project, and the students are really excited, and they started changing their behavior to help the planet.
Okay, thank you very much. If there is no other question, we can go to the next presenter. Thank you very much, Marina,
yes,
and congratulate your students from me. Thank you.
Bye.
And Sakine, is your turn now. You can activate your camera and your microphone. Sorry for the inconvenience earlier, but due to the technical problems that we face today, there are a lot of unexpected things that occur. Sakine, you are here. You are presenter. You can activate your camera and your microphone, and the floor is yours. Climate change and environmental challenges. Sakine Rüzgar from Turkey, and she's going to present to us the project We Mind the Nature.
Sakine, can you hear us? I think that Sakine is not here for the moment. Sakine, you are the presenter. You should activate your camera from your computer and start sharing it the same way with your microphone. Irene, are you here? Okay, seems that Sakine is not replying to our, as far as I cannot see her here. Can you hear me?
So you have shared the screen, Angeliki, because I can see the screen now, not the presentation.
No, I cannot. I have lost control.
It looks like somebody from the presenter, so I'm just taking and make everyone a participant. I think Sakine was doing that actually, because once I took her out, this disappeared. So if you can put the presentation and maybe give a microphone to Sakine, and then you can change the slides. I think it will be easier like that.
Yes, here is the presentation, and let me find her here. Sakine, your microphone is open, and your camera will be open. Okay, you can activate your camera and your microphone from your computer. Okay. Can you open, please, your microphone, because we cannot hear you. Make it green. Enable your microphone, because I opened yours from my side. No. You should activate your microphone from your computer, and from the green bar, you can enable it. Maybe you should use the headphone. No sound, yes. There is no sound from Sakine. Although the microphone is open from me, Sakine. No, yes, we will try to wait her here. And in case she cannot manage to do it now, we will have her later during the next part of our presentation.
Maybe if you try to go out and get in, maybe it will work for you. Maybe there is an option. Sometimes it's working.
No, her microphone is open, Katerina. Sakine, you can try to reconnect again, okay? Okay. While waiting, Sakine, to reconnect again, let's see if we have any questions to the previous participants. Maybe you would like to learn some more details. After Sakine's presentation, we will be here after the lunch break, about 2 hours later, and we will continue with the next presentations, very interesting ones, from Irene Confalone and the initiative we want to create new toys. From Carmen Giudetti's Fat Science Will Advance Through Us, it is an e-twinning project. From Emma Abate from Italy, the Sustainable City of the Future. Gidre Rodoniane from Lithuania, Be Eco-Friendly Twinner. Maria Georgiadou, she will try to connect and to be with us because she had some personal affairs to handle. Go Green, 2-in-1 e-twinning eco project. Cristina Nicolaita from Romania, we are creating STEAM embassies in the European School Network. Cristina Gila from Romania, The World We Want. Bruna Giacosa from Italy, Pollution, a Never-Ending Story. And Yana Tsukinkova from Ukraine, working to change Earth tears into life. Let's see if Sakine is here with us again. Yes, okay. Sakine, your microphone is open. Sakine, are you here? You can try it a bit louder, please, because something is coming. Okay, let's move forward. We can stop here for a lunch break, for a 2 hours lunch break. Yes, I can see here that she's online, but we cannot hear her and we cannot continue. Okay, but we cannot hear you, Sakine. We cannot hear you. You have to enable your microphone. Thank you, all of you who were here with us for this first part of the sixth Creative Classroom Group Unconference dedicated to climate change and environmental challenges. In the second part, after lunch break, I cannot send you the camera. It is impossible to do this. We will be here after 2 hours to continue to go on with the next presentations, very interesting ones. And of course, we will play a game and see you at 2 o'clock. Thank you for the moment.